Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Indy, and today we're going to be reviewing High on Life.
Without any further ado, I give to you, direct from Salt Lake City, the music of High on Life! This sucks.
High on Life by Squanch Games released back in December 2022, and the buzz around the game was, well, pretty high. So you're probably asking, why am I reviewing this game? For starters, Zombie Marley asked if I would review the game, and when someone asked me to review a game, by God, I'm going to review the game. Also, the game is apparently getting a DLC, so I figured might as well see what all the hype is about. But this is for you, Zombie Marley. Roll it.
Jesus Christ, who the fuck are you?
Okay, so my first impression about High on Life was okay. This is kind of like Journey to the Savage Planet if that game was all hopped up on Mountain Dew.
Chip, I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
I love it.
The game is obviously done by some of the same folks that made Rick and Morty. Same humor with a touch of the same art direction. The game starts with your home being ground zero for an alien invasion. Things seem pretty dire, that is, until you pry Kenny, a mouthy little gun, from the dead body of some space alien. Kenny puts together a plan to zap your home off Earth and somewhere far away, which ends up being Blim City. Once there, along with your sister Lizzie, Kenny helps you find Gene, a supposed great bounty hunter, so you can stop the G3 cartel from taking over your planet. But once you find him, it's clear that Gene's best days are behind him. Not to worry though, as Gene decides he's gonna help you. All you have to do is let him move into your home. A deal is agreed upon, and Gene gives you his bounty hunter suit and quickly tests out your bounty hunter skills. This sort of acts kind of like a tutorial, I would say. Maybe not though, but it all feels like a tutorial once you acquire, a new weapon. There are 6 total weapons, each with their own skill ability that will help you in the game. Kenny is basically a pistol that blasts a goop blast from his hole. Gus is like a shotgun that can shoot out discs in certain walls in order for you to grapple them. Sweezy is a firecracker of a gun that spits out projectiles that can be detonated, and let's not forget about Knifey. Knifey enjoys stabbing, slitting throats, and all-around murder and mayhem. He's an absolute riot to use, and that pretty much goes for most of the weapons that you play with. The voice acting for the weapons is fantastic, and the banter between the bad guys or just others in general will have you rolling with laughter. That is, of course, if you enjoy this type of crude humor. If you don't, then I don't know why you're here. I mean, really, this game isn't for you. sorry there. Anyways, so yes, that is where the game really shines. The story behind the G3 cartel and all the backdoor dealings is comical and all, but the over-the-top dialogue between the characters is what keeps it running. Yes, the guns and the combat is fun, even while swinging around with your grapple, or, flying around with your jetpack, but I'm just saying, the crazy moments with the dialogue and some of the people that you run into, or creatures that you run into and stuff and everything, it is a sight to see, to say the least.
How's it going?
Now I know the showcase is the humor, and I've touched on how it basically runs the game, but the gameplay is fun as well. Traversing the different areas and discovering funky little beings or creatures is always a treat. Nothing in this crazy multiple worlds seems stable. Heck, you can teleport other areas into worlds within certain locations. It's bananas, but I don't want to spoil too much of that because running across these absurd situations is half the fun. I will say though that the gameplay did seem a bit laggy at times, almost sluggish. I played on the Xbox One, so I don't know if is like an issue there with that version, but sometimes my controls felt unresponsive. This became increasingly annoying while trying to grapple, and it just flat out wouldn't work at times. I would get the prompt to grapple and everything, just nothing would happen, except for me falling to my death. Luckily, death doesn't set you back much in this game, so that's a plus. I did also find that screen tearing is a rather frequent occurrence in this one. It's not something I normally look out for, but when it happens often I tend to notice it. Other than that, things worked decent. Even when mobs of bad guys would appear on the screen, it didn't really, bring things down too much. Obviously, I love the art style of this game, and the characters created are flat out fantastic, to the point where some look stunning and some look grotesque, and I would expect nothing less from these developers. I really enjoyed this game, even with some of the minor issues that it has. Most of the jokes are hysterical, with very few falling flat. The over-the-top characters and dialogue keep you entertained, even when you're not fighting for your life. The variety and style of each weapon is well thought out, and is easily the highlight of this one. If you enjoyed this type of humor and find it difficult to be offended, then I would say sure, give it a try. However, this game has some really, really dirty, naughty, filthy moments, so you shouldn't be shocked when it occurs. I'm eager to see what the DLC is, but I'm also kind of annoyed that some of the performance issues are still lingering after it's been out this long. Oh well. I think that's enough said about the game though, because honestly this is one of those games that you play and you're just kind of shocked by what happens in the game. You're running around, you're shooting, you are fighting bad guys all the time, yet there are plenty moments with dialogue and plenty moments to just have these like little side things that happen that will it'll make your jaw drop. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, you've been warned that this game is a little out there if you don't know that already. The humor is, I don't even know how to describe it at times, but yeah, I enjoyed the game. It is a fun game, and yeah, that's all I got to say about that one. Thank you so much for watching the review. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And a big shout out to Zombie Marley for asking me to review this game. I had a lot of fun playing the game, and I'm glad that I did play the game. I enjoy a side-splitting, good joke and everything else. This game has some really crazy moments in it. It really does. The boss fights are wild. Not always overly difficult, but other than that, yeah, the game was really good. So again, thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.